Season 3 is finally here. Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video is going to be my thoughts and impressions regarding the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh VRAINS, episode 103, Journey to the End, and the beginning of Season 3, probably, in all likelihood, the last season of VRAINS. And before I actually talk about the episode, I do want to take a second to apologize in advance about my voice. I've been having problems with sinuses and allergies, so my voice is a little bit off here, but I still wanted to talk about the episode because it is the beginning of Season 3, and we did have some epic stuff happen. We got introduced to the new antagonist. Well, we didn't get introduced to him. We saw the visuals of him for the first time. We had a new opening, and we just finally have learned just what direction the rest of Yu-Gi-Oh VRAINS is going to go, because in all likelihood this is the final season. So with all that being said, thank you for bearing with me, and at risk of further rambling, and before I lose my voice completely, let's move on to the actual episode. So the episode begins with the ending of Playmaker and Bowman's duel and Bowman's defeat and destruction. And as Bowman is gone, we actually learn that he has freed all of the humans. Him and Lightning have captured or destroyed. Yeah, all of the humans are back that Bowman and Lightning did away with, including Revolver, Spectre, Soulburner, Blue Maiden, Blood Shepherd, Emma, Zyzen. They're all back, but the Ignises were not as lucky. We learned that the Ignises did not revive, so I is the only Ignis left, and of course this just overwhelms I. He's heartbroken at the loss of his friends. He's upset and angry that he couldn't save them all, and before I actually disappears, spoiler alert, we actually see I apologize to Blue Maiden and Soulburner for him failing to save Aqua and Flame before ultimately vanishing into the network. We then go on to the new opening. The new opening, Call and Feeling, is epic. I loved it. All the animations were great. The song was great. And I have actually gone back and checked. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is yet to have the same artist do two openings in a row. This is the first. The same guy that did Go Forward, which also holds the record for the longest running Yu-Gi-Oh! Opening in the franchise's history, has done this one, and he is not disappointed. The opening was epic. I loved everything about it. And Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS right now is the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Series where I can sincerely say I have loved every single opening of the series, and no other series has that right now, but VRAINS does. I've enjoyed them all. This one was no exception. It was epic. No complaints about the opening at all. And although I was sad to kind of see Go Forward end, because it was my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh ending, or opening rather, I am kind of glad that it ended its run, because it did kind of get stale. I will be the first to admit. But Call and Feelings, the name of the new opening. Loved it, and likely this is going to be the last opening of VRAINS. And that's another thing about VRAINS. They've only done 3 openings. Each series has done 6. So yeah, they've cut no corners with the openings as far as the animation and the songs. As some might disagree with me on Go Forward just because of how long it ran, but that's just my opinion. So new opening, no complaints. So after the opening, we get into the actual episode, and Playmaker, or Yusaku at this point, is back working at the hot dog truck because Kusanagi is with Jin, and we also learned that Jin was freed, and so was Aoi's friend, Miyu. That's it. I can't believe I forgot Miyu off the top of my head. But yeah, Miyu and Jin were freed as well. And we learned that Kusanagi is with Jin and Aoi is actually with Miyu. And we actually learned this because Aoi comes to the food truck and orders a hot dog. We see an interaction with her and Playmaker, or Yusaku. And at this point, these two actually have a conversation here. Yeah, a new conversation here. This is the first time these guys have spoken more than a word to one another. So I really did love that moment. And even Aoi is like, well, I'm visiting my friend at the hospital and this was close by. And of course, she thinks Yusaku doesn't know it's Miyu, but he does. And so anyway, she takes her food, and we actually get an introduction to Soul's newest thing, Soul's newest technology, which is humanoid hybrid like things. And so yeah, they kind of are going that direction I thought they were going to go when they used Go as the prototype AI human hybrid. Turns out Soul really went all out and made AI and human hybrids here, and that's Soul's newest project. And of course that's keeping Zyzen very busy, as Aoi tells Yusaku, and she actually takes her leave as Tekiru arrives, and Yusaku actually brings him out a coffee and says, Kusanagi, as a reward for saving Jin, free coffee the rest of our lives. And Takeru is more than overjoyed with this as he takes his coffee. And we actually get a bunch of recaps here of the adventure of Season 2. We know that Takeru is taking the loss of Flame really hard, and that's just emphasized in these recaps. We go through the whole introduction of Takeru to Flame, Takeru's development as a duelist before he ultimately became Soulburner, his arrival to Den City, his meeting with Playmaker, and ultimately the battle against the Ignises, the Ignis War. We get recaps of everything, including how Takeru is still angry that he did not get to settle things with Revolver. And sure enough, at this point, Ryoken and Spectre arrive here, and they're actually surprised by this. They're like, Revolver, what are you doing here? And Revolver actually gives them a warning, a threat, and pretty much goes the direction of the Knights of Hanoi. He tells them how it's going to happen, because towards the end of Season 2, we thought that the Knights of Hanoi have changed their ways because Lightning was the evil Ignis. I thought for sure Revolver was going to change his ways. No such luck. He tells Takeru and Yusaku that the Ignis are still a threat to humanity, and as long as they are around, he will not rest, and he will make sure, and the Knights of Hanoi will make sure, that humans remain the dominant form here, the dominant life form, and the AIs will be destroyed here. And we actually hear Yusaku, and this is a new development for Yusaku because we've never seen this before. He confronts Revolver, and he tells Revolver, I trust I gave up everything for us. He even gave up the other 5 Ignises to destroy Bowman and to ultimately defeat Lightning. And Yusaku even goes so far as to tell Ryoken or Revolver, why are you doing this? Lightning was the evil Ignis, and Lightning is dead. So why is there still a need for you to go after the Ignis? But, of course, Ryoken is just basically still stuck in his ways. He's not going to accept AI surviving, and he has ultimately vowed he will find I, and he will destroy I because he wants the Ignises destroyed. And Playmaker has basically said, you try to get after I, and you will deal with me. And Ryoken says, if you step in my way, Playmaker, we are no longer allies. I will destroy you. And that's when Takeru stands up and he says, by the way, Revolver, we didn't get to settle things. And Revolver basically just kind of smirks at him and says, the time will come for that, as him and Spectre take their leave, much to Takeru and Yusaku's, how should I say this? Frustration? Yeah, I guess frustration would be the right word for it. And so after this, we get the new visual of the new antagonists. And I got to be honest with you, I'm loving the design of the first new antagonist here. He is completely modeled after I. He looks like the human version of I. And I'm kind of wondering if that's not what this is here, because this is interesting, and I thought this too when I was watching the episode. This new antagonist, his first visit here is to the graves of the other Ignises, the other 5 Ignises. And there's actually gravestones set out for him. It's like an Ignis cemetery, and he's actually standing there. And I also thought this was interesting too. The other new antagonist that's with him bears a lot of resemblance to Robopi. And I thought that was interesting because I and Robopi just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. They're gone. And so there's already been theories online that these 2 new antagonists are the human forms of I and Robopi. I don't believe that, but that would be awesome in my opinion. But I guess we'll just have to see where they go with that. But it is interesting to note whether it happens or not. I'm skeptical, but it is interesting to point out. So anyway, that's where the episode ends. And yeah, like I said, the beginning of the episode, well, most of the episode, it's a recap episode, but it was a good kickoff for the Season 3 and a good tease of what direction we're going to go. I do think Soul is going to play more of a prominent role in this battle. And not only that, I think it's interesting that these 2 antagonists now, these 2 new ones, bear a lot of resemblance to I and Robopi. And it's interesting because even the new antagonist that we saw first, he had hair that was kind of like eyes, and he even had eye earrings there. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit if these 2 are human forms of I and Robopi, now that I think about it. But I'm rambling. So with all of that being said, as always, everybody, well, actually, before I get into that, overall, I give this episode an 8 out of 10. It was a good kickoff for Season 3. The opening was really great. No complaints about it at all. And although I'm a little bit attest with recap episodes, this one was actually done in a tasteful way and a good mix of an actual episode and recap, in my opinion. So with all of that being said, as always, everybody, in the comments section down below, let me know what you guys thought about this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just there? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the new antagonists? What are your thoughts on I being the last Ignis standing, the other 5 are dead? Just what are your thoughts about all of this? Just let me know in the comment section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye everybody. Hey everyone, Templar74 here. Did you enjoy the video? Do you want to help support me in making more content like this and see your name here at the end of every video? Then consider supporting me on Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated and will help ensure continuation and increase the quality of production of the videos that I'm able to make for all of you. Link down below. Again, thank you so much for your support and for liking and subscribing. You all are amazing. And as always, everyone, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.